On the move, got the flow so smooth. Spitting rhymes on the podcast, got nothing to prove. He's the host with the most, dropping knowledge every week. From the underground to the mainstream, making the street speak. Step on the stage, Merl grabs the microphone, holding it down, he's in the league of his own. Interviews with the legends, the up-and-coming stars. No topic off limits, pushing the bars. Merl on the move, taking over the game. Keeping it real, never fake, never tame. Hip-hop podcast, bringing the heat. With Merl on the mic, grooving to the beat.
Welcome, everybody, to the Merl on the Move show. This is Merl on the Move. I am Merl on the Move. Welcome to the program. So, tonight is a very special night. Also, Lakers, March Madness, baseball, all kind of sports are going on. Plus, we got some things going on in entertainment we're going to talk about. Plus, also, I'm going to talk about all of the great things that's been going on with the show lately. All my subscribers, all my listeners, and everybody that's been tuning in. I'm so very excited. I'm so happy. Let me give y'all a round of applause one more time. You know what I mean? Y'all see it? You see it? We're going to talk about the giveaway towards the end of the show. We'll get into that later on, but right now y'all see it up there. Yeah, so thank you very much. So, let's talk about the Lakers. And also, not only am I going to talk about the Lakers, I'm going to talk about LeBron. Okay, because LeBron has been in the headlines a lot lately this week. We're going to talk about young Scooter. Got arrested dead, RIP to him. He died in some kind of, I'm not going to call it a freakish accident, but it's not explained how he passed away. We're going to get into that and some other things in entertainment, but also we're going to talk about this MOTM, this Merl On The Move.com website. If you see what I'm wearing right now, you see the lid I'm wearing right now, you see it, that MOTM, that's that Merl On The Move. You see it right there. That's the clothing. It matches the charm I have right there. You'll see that right there. Anyway, yeah. If you're interested in trying to get one of these hats, one of these lids, you can go hop on over to that website, to that merlonthemove.com right over there. Or you can go to www.motm.com. Also, you can type that in your browser and hop on over there and check out the merchandise. Nice things. As a matter of fact, let me show you what I got. Fresh hats on deck right here. Yeah, fresh hats on deck. So go grab you a couple of these hats, Get you some of the Merl On The Move goodies right there. So anyway, let's get into the program. Like I said, we're going to get into the sports. So March Madness, everybody's been watching sports right now. We're going to get into that because it's going on right now. The Final Four will be next weekend. The end of the Elite Eight will be starting tomorrow, Sunday. But you got two teams in it right in the Final Four already. I can tell you the name of the two teams. It's Florida. Florida been balling. They look good. They came back. They was down, and Florida came back and got that win. And they should shout out to Florida. I thought they was gonna lose that game. Texas Tech was putting it on them, and they came back. And also, I watched some of that game too, but I watched this Duke game. Oh, Duke is good. Alabama played pretty good. Shout out Alabama. They made it. They made it to the Elite Eight second time. But they made it, and Duke will be in the Final Four. First time they've been in the Final Four since 2022, 2023, something like that. I think 2022. But they got a new coach. He saved them to Final Four the first time since he's been a coach. So that's kind of cool. Also, Iowa State lost. Iowa State lost. We're going to have the men and the women. They both got put out the tournament. I didn't think Ole Miss could beat my Cyclones, but they did. So that's Final Four. I don't have no dog in that hunt. Shout out Duke might win. It is a little check out this little connection. LeBron James, big fan of Coach Mike Krzyzewski. I can't say his name. Anyway, Coach K. LeBron's big fan of his. If he wanted to go, as he said, if he had the chance to go to college, it was going to be Ohio State or Duke. And J.J. Redick, the coach of the Lakers, played at Duke, right? So it's a little twist right there. So let's go ahead and get to this Lakers. So the Lakers won today. They lost to the Bulls, which was crazy. Okay, they won that tip in. It was amazing how they won that tip in, but they won that game. Who was that game against? I forgot. It was a couple of days ago. I forgot who they was playing against, but they won with the tip in. I forget who it was against. Not Milwaukee. Was it? No, it wasn't Milwaukee. Anyway, and then they lost to the Bulls, and then we won today. So I don't know. It's been up and down. We won. It's Memphis. We should. There's no way we should have lost to Memphis to begin with. You know what I mean? Because Memphis, they got a new coach. I mean, it's an interim coach. They just lost their coach. Friday coach on Friday, so that team's in disarray. But they still going to make the playoffs possibly unless they keep losing. But you know, we're retired with Memphis for number 4. Now, right now, we're locked in because we beat them twice, so we locked in for number 4. So we got to keep winning. That's all we got to do. It's only a few more games left, and then the playoffs will be starting with the Lakers. So let me talk about LeBron before I get into baseball and anything like that. Then we're going to talk about baseball a little bit. It's just not starting, but so LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. We're gonna put this up there. You know, LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith. Y'all kind of know it's kind of been floating around, right? It's getting floating around on the blogs about how LeBron stepped to. I think I even spoke on it a couple weeks ago or last week. How LeBron stepped to Stephen A. Smith for speaking on his son. Stephen A. said he wasn't speaking on his son; he's speaking on him. But everybody know he don't like LeBron. We didn't know to this extent. We knew that they didn't really rock with each other. But not only do they not rock with each other, it's animosity now. And me being a father, if somebody don't like me and I hear you speaking on my kid, come on now. I'm gonna come to you. So basically, LeBron said something. Stephen A. Smith started going on this tour, interviewing all these podcasts, interviewing, telling his side of the story of how he feel about LeBron. And he's saying in one thing, he's saying that, you know, he know LeBron wasn't going to do nothing to him, but if LeBron would have did something to him, he would have defended himself. He would have did something. He would have held his ground. He would have not let LeBron just beat him down, is what he's saying. Whatever, bro. So he said that. And everybody on social media is going crazy about that because, you know, it's LeBron James, bro, and you Stephen A. Smith. Nobody thought you was tough, but when you said that, now you're trying to put yourself like a tough guy scenario, right? And maybe you're not implying that, but people are taking it that way, Stephen A. Smith. And because you said that, of course, King James going to circle back. Now, normally he does it, and it don't look good with 2 black men, especially at the stature you guys are, because he's the pinnacle of reporting, right? People check out his show. And you, Bron. People don't know you, but you have a persona. So now Bron comes back at him. Now check out what LeBron did. I'm going to talk about how he went on this Pat McAfee show. Now check out how Bron did this, though. Bron James does not pull up to podcasts. He got his own podcast. He got his own network. He got a new season coming out with Steve Nash. He talked about it on Pat McAfee's show. So he got a new podcast, second season, not new podcast, second season. First one was with the coach he got, right? His coach was on the first one. And now he's going to have Steve Nash. They're going to talk basketball and all that. He's already got a couple episodes shot. I think it starts April 1st, something like that, first week of April. And he doesn't go to, like, you know, all the smoke, or he doesn't pull up to the pivot. He doesn't pull up to, you know, Shay Shay's thing. You know, he don't really do podcasts. He don't do that, really. And so he circled and pulled up to Pat McAfee, who was an ESPN analyst, got his own show on ESPN. So he's a colleague of Stephen A. Smith and does an interview on Pat McAfee's show. White guy. Now, on the show, his host, on the show I've never watched Pat McAfee's show. See, now I'm black and I'm watching it. I watched the Pat McAfee show for the first time. He's got a podcast and a show. But I've never listened to his podcast, never watched the show. But now I'm watching it. So it's 2 white hoes, and then he's got a black guy. Now, when I'm watching the podcast, Bron is vibing with the black dude. Watch it. I'm not capping. I promise you. I'm not trying to make a disparaging situation, but if you watch it, if you know, you know, unless you're a hater. He's vibing with the black dude. And Bron even bring it out, even say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to bring this part about, he was telling the story, he didn't want to say this person was white. He said, because, it's enough of be outnumbered in here. Bron brought that up. So, pull up to the brothers, bro, because you can vibe. And when you're doing this, when he's doing an interview, when McAfee asked him about the Stephen A. thing, now remember, they're colleagues. McAfee ain't got no problem with Stephen A. Smith. And if you work with a person, you can't take the side of the other person because you work with this person. So what McAfee did when the topic came up about him and Stephen A. Smith, McAfee dodged it kind of. He didn't press him. He didn't press LeBron. LeBron, if you watch it, he was willing. He wanted to talk more about it. He wanted to say more about what was going on with him and Stephen A. Smith. You can tell. You feel me? If he was somewhere else, he would have said more. But McAfee didn't want to say things and disparage, Stephen A. Smith because they work for the same network. But he did bring it up and said that Stephen A. Smith, LeBron said that, Stephen, if I'm talking about him on his podcast, he's probably excited about it, sitting on his couch in his whitey tighties, eating ice cream, trying to make him seem like a goofy. Because he is. Now, I don't know this man. I ain't even call Stephen A. Smith a goofy. That man got worth $100 million doing what I'm trying to do right now. So that man is definitely not a goofy. But LeBron was trying to portray him as a goofy. You know what I'm saying? When you see that vision of a dude in his tidy whiteys sitting on the couch eating ice cream, look like a goofy to me. Look like a goofy to me. So that's what LeBron was portraying of Stephen A. Smith. Now, I don't see that man that way. Now, does he have the mystique of LeBron? Nah. Is he one of the cool kids? No. You can tell he's a tryhard, definitely, for sure. But he's good at what he does. He's good at his job. And sometimes you can put your foot in your mouth. And sometimes the things you say, I say this all the time, you can say whatever you want to say, but it's consequences and repercussions behind the things you say. Sometimes you may say the wrong thing to the wrong person, and they may say something or do something to you. Now, it ain't right, but it comes with it. And Stephen A. Smith, he says he knows these things. So now it's a video. I will show the video of Stephen A. Smith boxing. He training. I don't know how old the video is, but LeBron played the video on social media, and he added a clip. He added an ad in with Young Dolph, God rest his dead, and my favorite rapper, Key Glock. And it was funny. So they showed the video, and at the end of the video, it was this.
Make it more free. Yeah, push. Clean up that cut more. Raise him up.
Yeah. That's Stephen A. Smith, that's for you, bro. What was that? Like, why would you even put that on social media? If you training, if that's the first time, because it can't be, I'm hoping that wasn't after you've been training for a while and that's the finished product. I'm hoping that's like your first time training and you're like, right? You showing something. Why record it? And if you did record it, why did it get put on social media? Why are you proud of that? What are you trying to show? It don't look good, bro. You ain't in the ring, you sparring with nobody or nothing. You training with a dude, and you slow. You real slow, bro. And I ain't see no power. Now, I ain't saying that, you know what I'm saying, punk or nothing like that, homie. But I ain't putting that on social media, homie. Not me, bro. No. So, that was that. Let's go ahead. Is baseball. I wanted to say last week I did forget to say my condolences to the family of George Foreman, two-time heavyweight champion, former heavyweight champion. George Foreman passed away. I believe it was natural causes. He was 76 years old, I believe. Great guy. I watched his movie. I liked him before that. I knew a little bit about George Foreman. Found out that it was between him and Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan to get that endorsement deal for the grill. George Foreman did not create the George Foreman grill. George Foreman, it fell in his lap. They wanted a celebrity, and he had just won that title, and they wanted a celebrity to endorse this new product. And I think Hulk Hogan chose a different product, and Foreman chose that, and he started getting royalties like $8 million or $10 million a year off of it. Boom. set for life. Shout out George Foreman, got arrested dead, and my condolences to his family. But he sounded like he lived a good life. Baseball, I said it's back. My Cardinals won opening day against the Twins. I don't know if they played yesterday or today, but I'm looking forward to that. That's starting off really quick. So I did want to talk about a rapper that passed away, Young Scooter. He's a rapper from Atlanta. He passed away. They say he was running from the police. Say he was at somebody's house, and him and another person, and somehow police was called, and they pulled up, and people ran. They said he was hopping a fence. I said he hopped 2 fences. That's what the police said. And during that, he fell, and they're saying he broke his femur. Now, if you break your femur, you can die. I've heard that. I heard that being a thing. But saying that happened and he passed away, and the police tried to, I guess, wrap the wounds or whatever it was, but get him to the hospital, but I guess he died at the hospital. If you don't know who he is, he was a rapper, like I said. He did music with Gucci. I think he did songs with Young Thug, too. Atlanta rapper. Not really big, but got some nice songs. Had motion in Atlanta for real. And if you know, you know. But yeah, I think he was in his 30s. He passed away. So that happened. Yellow Beezy. Talked about Yellow Beezy last week. And news on him, he did get bond. They lowered his bond from $2 million to $850,000 or $700,000, something like that. I think it was $850,000. And he posted that. I don't know how much of that he had to pay. But he's supposed to be being released on that. I think ankle monitor, house, or stay at home, can leave the country. While that's going on, I talked about that last week. I didn't really get in depth into it this week. Rainwater was out doing interviews. If, like I said, I brought him up last week. If you want to see who he is, this is Rainwater, and he's still out there doing things. I seen one of Yellow Beezy's cousins is saying things against him, or anyway, everybody challenge everybody. What's that one dude that's always talking? Charleston White. Charleston White. I don't speak about that dude. That dude is wild. You know what I mean? He clout chase for real. He's a big time clout chaser. Speaking on entertainment and clout, Will Smith, shout out, nah. I'm getting jiggy with it. Nah. I like Will Smith with his brand new funk. Boom, him and Jazzy Jeff. I like Will Smith. So Will Smith got a new album out. It's called True Story, based on a true story. This is a true story, something true story. And one of the songs on there, he's talking about the slap. He's talking about slap Chris Rock. He was on, Will Smith was on $1 Million Worth of Game with Wallow and Gilly. I was watching that. Good interview. Will Smith's different. He's very enlightened. He's very transparent. He doesn't mind sharing his feelings and his introspective on his own perspectives on things in his life, or introspects, something like that. Anyway, he's a very deep guy. Pause. But that being said, it's a little weird too to me at times, because I think he tries hard to get you to understand him, and sometimes you don't have to, bro. People don't have to understand you, man. They can just ride. You know what I mean? So anyway, I listen. I like the song he's got. He got a song with Big Sean. I think he got a new song with Big Sean. That's pretty dope. Yeah, it is. It's him and Big Sean. It's really, really dope. I've always liked Will Smith. Like I say, on the show, talking about how he won that Grammy and where he's at right now, and like I said, but he talked about the slap on the song. When he's talking about the slap, he's doing different voices, because he's talking about 2 different perspectives in the song, and he's like doing different voices. I don't know. It's Will Smith though. He can rap though. Will Smith is rap. He can rap, man. Shout out to Will Smith. Something else I wanted to talk about. Is it anything else I want to talk about? Just Hilarious. Just Hilarious was on Club Shay Shay. I haven't been watching that a lot. I don't watch the Nightcap with him and Shannon. Him and Ocho at all. I got tired of Ocho. Shout out to Unc. I love Shannon Sharp though. Shout out what you're doing, man. I like what you're doing. I don't like Ocho. not to watch him on YouTube or listen to him. I couldn't. He don't know nothing. He don't. Every time you got a take, he'll have a take against you, and whenever you call him out, he flips. He flips and he concedes. Okay, he goes along. What you got to say? Hold on to your take, man, because he don't really have a take, Shannon. That's why he's like that. But anyway, so Jesse Layers is on there, and Shannon asked some questions. You know what I mean? He brought up how he kind of went viral a little bit. How he said she looked good and complimented her. I don't know why people were saying that because he was older than her. That's weird. Y'all be on that weird stuff. But they talked about that stuff she said about the Breakfast Club. Now, I didn't get to go over that. Remember that a couple weeks ago, she went on social media and was talking about Charlamagne and Envy. How when people talk about her on social media, they don't back her up. They don't get on social media. They don't come to the show and talk about it. And she feels some type of way about that. And then that all started with some beef between, okay, what's really going on with her and Lauren. So her and Lauren was kind of not seeing eye at eyes. And we didn't know that. The listeners and the viewers of the Breakfast Club didn't know it was animosity like that. Now, what I don't like about the situation, because if you watch the show, you already know what I'm talking about. What I don't like about the situation is how Charlamagne handles it. He think everything funny. Even Envy, when they was telling him about it, he think everything funny. That lady took that job, and her and Charlamagne was friends. She's always calling him a clown because he's always acting like a clown. And I can tell because Angela Yee was the same way. He treated her the same way. No respect. He don't respect Envy either. He didn't got up there, so now he feel that he ain't got to. His stature didn't got up there. Donnell Rollins. Just listen to the interview he did with Donnell Rollins. He wasn't there. It was just Lauren LaRosa and Envy. And during that interview, Envy was trying to clown with him a little bit, but he understood, and they understood that Charlamagne be pushing that, man. They was like, we glad Charlamagne ain't up here because this interview would have went different. Yeah. Dude is tripping. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to speak on that. Y'all can watch it for yourself. I'm telling you, Charlamagne the guy be tripping. The ego is wild. You know what I mean? And I ain't hating on the dude. He doing a lot of great things. I like his podcast, what he got going on. You know what I mean? I'm following suit on that. I'm gonna do something like that in my area. So I ain't hating on him. It's the attitude, bro. People look up to you, be smacking. I called it out. Smacking gum, chewing, drinking, burping, doing all kind of stuff on air. Your etiquette and the way you handle the guests, the way you now, if it's a real popular person, yeah, you rocking with them. But anyway, that's enough about him. Speaking of people that like to pop it, we're going to talk about the pastor. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I got a whole little thing right here. Pastor Marvin Sapp. Brother, what you got going on? This is not how we praise and worship the Lord. See, that's why a lot of people that don't attend church on a regular, that grew up in church, don't like going back to church. Because those that grew up in church, especially in the black community, we know when you go to church, you're there forever. And most black people going to church because they're poor. Not all, but a lot of us, we're going because we're looking for that favor, right? Not from the pastor, from God. You know what I mean? Because we don't need the pastor to give us favor. We're going there to hear the word of God from the pastor because it's your church. So, of course, you're going to tithe and you want offerings and you want people to help keep your bills and your lights on so we can come worship together. We ain't got no problem with that. That's why people tithe. Right? We know the money ain't going to God. When people tithe, we know. When people go to church and tithe, they know for a fact the tithes and offerings ain't going to God. It's supposed to go for the works of God, like the people that need it. You, yeah, pastor, if you need it to keep the water and the lights and some pews and a new organ and, you know, you got to get your car fixed to get back and forth. We understand they got to have a place to live. You got to eat, pastor. We get all that. But you don't need these $3,000 suits. You don't need no Rolex though. You don't need no Lincoln. Now if the church doing that good and people blessing you that good, we ain't mad at you for that either. But you cannot be telling Pastor Marvin Sapp, lock the doors. This is what he said. Listen.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed.
He said, lock the doors. Y'all heard him. Y'all heard the man. He said, ushers, lock the doors. Huh? What? You want 40,000? You want $40,000? That's hostage. That's a hostage. That's a demand. You own tape. Now this recording was from 2024. Okay, it's just not going viral. I guess it kind of was talked about back then. I heard about it, and it's crazy. You can't say you want $40,000 before y'all leave. We gonna leave here together. Talking about y'all gonna eat. Yeah, because you've been in that church. When you're young, you go to church. Church lasts forever. Church lasts forever. You go, church supposed start at 11. You getting there at 10, 10:30, 10:45. Supposed start at 11. Supposed to be out by 1. Nah. Church ain't gonna start till 11:30, 11:45, 11:40. You ain't gonna get out of there till about 2, 2:10, 2:20. Yeah, it ain't going down like that. It ain't never gonna start on time. That ain't all. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all black churches. And probably some white churches like that too. But a lot of the black churches I've been to is like that. And I'm speaking from experience. My grandfather's a preacher. Y'all know the church I'm talking about. Y'all know it. I'm Buckmaster. Ain't never starting on time. Don't feel on time. Love my people, though. Love my family. Ain't no shade. I support it. Y'all know it. Anyway, let's get on to it. So I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right. What's going on with that? And I'm sure he got a rebuttal. I'll probably play that too. I'll pull it up. But come on, brother. And you're a singer. You're an entertainer. And I was listening to him. He was trying to be funny. He was trying to talk a little stuff. But what that got to do? And then he said, this what killed me. This what got me. If you heard it, listen to it. If you listen to it, this what got me. When he said, you got to pay to sit up here. He said, y'all up here got to pay 100. You got to pay to sit up here, to sit close to him. You ain't got to pay nothing for God. So it's you. It's about you. And then you don't even say what the 40,000 is for. You don't say, hey, we got something going on. We got a kid drive, school drive going on. We got a surgery for a person in the church, or, you know what I mean? We got to try to help some kids in school. You're not trying to help some elderly with their bills. What the 40,000 for, Pastor? Pastor Marvin Sapp, what you spending on? I mean, you don't want us to know? Because we ain't members, but it's out there. When you put it on, when you go on social media, bro, it's out there. Everybody, you're going to be judged by everybody. It's like, going to judge me on this video right here. Right. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to something else real quick. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, it's time to hit this social issues, you know what I mean? Y'all know what's going on. The government. 47. He trying to take Greenland, man. He trying to take Greenland. What is going on, bruh? He trying to take another country. Ain't that a land grab? Ain't that what Putin did? Ain't that what Israel doing? Huh? He's saying because it's strategic. It's the minerals, because it's Milton over there. So those minerals they need is more readily available, or you can get to it better because it's defrosted. Plus, it's a landmass between Russia and China. If they send rockets, we can put our defense system, because got a base. We already got a base up there. They send the vice president. He up there right now. It's real. I don't know, but y'all quiet about it. What's going on? Why y'all so quiet about it though? Like y'all see what's going on, right? He talking about we gonna take it over. If y'all gonna sell it to us, we gonna take it. Or y'all gotta, and then they're like, we gonna let y'all have more military bases. He threatens. Same thing as the tariffs. So these tariffs is finna start up with these cars. Man, April 2nd. That's next week. That's coming up this week. April 2nd, 25%. And some of the players, oh yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Huh? Then the union said it's gonna be more job. It's gonna be a long stretch. The prices ain't went down. Eggs are still high. Ain't nothing went down. He ain't helped nobody. 47 ain't helped no normal person. Stock market still ain't making no money. 401ks ain't making no money. Y'all quiet. Y'all quiet as crickets right now. Why? I don't understand it. Y'all would be in an uproar. They closing, they laying off people at Social Security, saying they laying off like 700 Social Security people. They just laying off the people at the VA. They just cutting jobs, and the money ain't telling you where it's going, and it ain't cutting nothing. Ain't nothing got better. We floating until something bad, just like them bridges a year ago. And God rest people that got hurt in that bridge in Baltimore last year. That was a little over a year ago, last week or something like this week, I think it was. 1 year anniversary. A catastrophe. One bad catastrophe. We done financially. The market sunk everything. People with money, everything's gone. Because what are they doing with the savings? They say they saving. Let's talk about them texts. Saturday Night Live did a skit. The text messaging. The text group. The server they use, the unsecure server that they use that's not secure, that had a reporter, a editor from the Atlantic newspaper that got the information. I don't even talk about this, but it's so crazy right now that they downplaying it, and it's crazy. The information, it was about a bombing on a military strike on Yemen, on the Houthis. I think that's how you pronounce it. Information at the highest level added a person you didn't know who added, and they're going to blame the guy and say he's a loser anyway. How's he a loser? He didn't mess up your plan. He could have. Y'all tripping. And nobody lost their jobs. It's upside down universe we live in right now, man. And then and the Democrats, the Democrats ain't doing nothing, man. Trump says he couldn't care less if auto prices rise because of tariffs. That's headline on CNN right now. All y'all talk about is doom and gloom. Yeah, that's true. He don't care. He could care less. Right here, President denied pressuring automakers to control costs, saying that the people would start buying American cars. It's going to take a long time to build these American plants. Hyundai's talking about, man, the Hyundai, if they build an American plant, I mean, if Hyundai build this plant in Texas that they talking about they're going to build, and build the steel plant in Louisiana, how long that going to take? And Hyundai ain't American. You build it in America, but it ain't American. And that's going to take a long time, bro. We're talking about now. We need relief now. That's what you said, Biden. So, because he planning on, see, the thing is, 47 ain't planning on leaving. See, he feel like, well, in 2 years, things will be changing. And then 2 years after that, things will be good, and he can keep on being president again. That's what he thinking. Bro, you can be like 80-something years old, bro. What's really good? It's chestnut checkers. I get it. It's another plan. That's just a surface plan I just said right there. They got a whole nother plan. This is real. If we think, I mean, we sit in our homes and you know, do our little jobs and, you know what I'm saying, and live our little lives, and we forget it's some real people out here doing some pimping stuff, bro. They pimping out here. They are really doing some things, bro. They are really pushing the mark. Y'all don't even know. Elon Musk is no joke. He just sold X. Now, I don't even mess with X. I had an account on X. I got a couple old accounts. I don't log on, ain't signed in, ain't got none of my new information. I don't mess with X because I don't mess with him. But he sold it, and he sold it to some AI company because AI is taking over everything. This Gemini, you know what I mean? It's Chat GPT. It's taking over everything. And it's all good right now. I just told you it's all good until they come for you next. I'm trying to tell you. So, you got news, and they want to blame the news. You got to trust some news sources. I know, like, I gotta watch the news. Don't pay attention. You better pay attention to the news. Pay attention to it. If you don't, you're gonna miss out because they're gonna come for you. Because news is gonna happen anyway. You just won't know about it. So where are the politicians at? Where's the Democrats at? It's a big. They just say Elon Musk is trying to petition some judge. It's a race in Wisconsin, I believe it is. Big race. He's pouring a whole lot of money to try to get some judge elected to push their agenda. It's about money. It's a capitalist society. This is America. This is a capitalist society. It's about money. It's class. It's not the color of your skin. That plays a part, but that's not the primary part. Because if you got the money, you can play the game. It's about the money, where your finances are, your credit score, your money. What can you produce? That's what it's about. If you got that, you can make it. If you don't care about that, you ain't got to play the game. You sit on the sideline, let everybody else play. But it's winners and losers in life. What you trying to be? I ain't trying to win, but I ain't trying to lose either. I'm trying to get mine. I'm trying to get mine, baby. Let's go, baby. Merl on the move. Hey, my movers. Hey, my Merl on the movers. What's going on with y'all this evening? So anyway, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about that Lindsay clock. A lot of people, I did get some messages on it. Shout out to that. We got to get them comments up. I did get a couple comments on it, you know what I mean? But you got to get the timestamp too, so I hope it was no confusion. The video I was talking about was the last video I did before the one last week. So we can recircle. I still have the clock. We can recircle it. Nobody gave me the correct information, so that's why I'm doing this. I did get 2 people that were close, but no. So we're gonna swing back right. So it's still out. Come on, watch the one. It's the one I'm talking about. The Kool-Aid I was drinking. The video was not this week's video, not last week's video, but the video for that. Anyway, go check that out. I'll put it in the comments or something in the title. The name of it was whatever. Anyway, this is Merl on the Move. Check out merlonthemove.com. Once again, it's your boy. I appreciate y'all. Always be a good human. Put humans first. It's Merl on the Move. Peace.